Is it just me, or was this like the shortest episode so far? Loki episode 3. So Loki episode 3 is the third episode of Loki, TV series that we just been watching every Wednesday. It's staying up till 3 a.m. and now it's over now, episode 3. Finished watching it and this is an interesting episode. Interesting in the fact that not too much goes on. I will say this episode, like, does this move the plot forward at all? Not really. So with that being said, is this episode considered filler? I'm sorry guys, just like I said, it's like 4 a.m. and I'm recording this. I just watched Loki episode 3 and like I said, I learned something crazy. The TVA is I'll get into that a little bit later, but like I said, let's just break down real quick for you guys what I thought about episode 3 of Loki. Let's go. Okay, first episode picks up exactly where we left off with episode 2 more or less, but we learn a little bit more about, the other Loki. Her name's Sylvia. I'm calling her Sylvia. That might not be her name, but I'm calling her that. A little bit of Sylvia, just not even much of her backstory, more or less, is given to us in breadcrumbs. We do learn a little bit more about her powers, like kind of how her power works, because the TVA girl that we saw, in episode 1 and 2, figure out that she can infiltrate their mind and shit, and that's how she kind of learns, like, okay, the timekeepers, where are they at? How do you get to them? And she finds out that they're in the elevator. What elevator? Which elevator? 'Cause there's lots. Oh, there's only one. The elevator. But then more or less, like I said, Loki intercepts her. She gets away and shit, and they're about to Loki's trying to figure out, like, okay, what is your plan? What's your end goal? What's going on? Like I said, she says it, but she doesn't say it. It's really vague, so it's just like, okay, for the whole episode, it's just Loki and Sylvia just chilling, kicking it. They do have a moment where they're just like, sitting down on a train or whatever. They're just like, kind of just like, going back and forth, like, okay, what are you about? Like, what was your mother like? And that was a nice moment. Seeing Loki kind of like think about his mother in that light, even though because I think about it, it's still 2012 Loki, so he had to experience stuff that, our Loki from Endgame has dealt with. So that was a nice little touch. I like that. More or less, the whole point of this episode is that they ends up getting transported to this planet. I forget what it was called, but the planet is going to explode in like 12 hours or whatever. So they want to get on this train to get to this arc to get the power source, the power of the time pad. The time pad, it doesn't work anymore. It's broken. What's the time pad? You're like, okay, the time pad is that thing that lets them, dimension hop and shit like that. The TVA be using. It's broke because that's what filler does. It just has to have some type of thing that the heroes got to do in order to, or not really heroes. More or less, what we learned about this episode, like the real thing in this episode, is the fact that the TVA, Loki learns that the TVA, people in the TVA, they're variants. What? Yeah, they're all variants. So that was like the only thing in the episode that made me be like, they're all variants. Then what's the real, who are the timekeepers? Are timekeepers even real? What if there are no timekeepers at all? What if it is just Kang the Conqueror? What if it is just him? That's crazy. So that one line of dialogue really opens up the floodgates of shit, what could really be going on? Then the episode just kind of abruptly ends, because there was a point that was kind of like, when they're, doing the fight scene and shit on the planet. And I was like, okay, it feels like this episode's about to end. And then the arc explodes, and then it just ends. I was like, the credits just started rolling. I was like, what the I guess it's over. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Pretty much what I thought about Loki episode 3, more or less. It's just kind of filler. It does feel like filler. We learn a little bit of things about the backstory of Sylvia, but not really. We do learn that TVA are all variants, so what's the real, what the fuck is really going on? And then the episode just ends. So there you go. Loki episode 3, what you think about it? Put in the comments down below to talk about episode 3. Have you seen it? I can't wait to see your thoughts about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, subscribe. Until next time.